I just absolutely croaked my nail out so bad. It's not funny, but granted, they are so grown out. It's also not funny. It hurts. But anyways, you can see by the title, we're going to be doing a 24-hour readathon. I feel sick to my stomach. Oh my. I would have been satisfied and asked for nothing else than if he'd bent down and picked up the dignity I would so effortlessly have thrown at his feet. Funnily enough, I actually already started one. Why does my braid look so minuscule? Why do I look like a little lad now? This is why we can't have nice things. I started a 24 readathon already. It was going fine. I have decided that the timer method isn't my favorite thing to do, but that's okay. We're still going to do the timer method. But I started it, and I had like 12 hours and 50 minutes or something around there, maybe 13 hours. I was somewhere around that time. Well, I left to go to Disney, and my iPad died. My mom put it on charge because my charger wasn't working, which really annoying. I don't know why my chargers are like dipping out on me. So she put it on charge. I come back, I grab it today. Timer's not on there at all. So I'm gonna have to redo this whole entire thing. Granted, it wasn't going that good in the beginning, mostly because I was having a hard time just sitting down and reading, because I read so much just like on the toilet, when I'm going somewhere, when I'm waiting for something, but I didn't have my iPad with me. So every time I would read and I went somewhere, I would have to take my freaking iPad with me. I took it to the beach, I took it outside, anything I did, I had to take that baddie with me. And it wasn't fun, and I had to start the timer and then stop it. And I felt like a weight every single time I had to do it, that if I didn't start that timer as soon as I read that word, it wouldn't be right. Which is not how it is. Reading is supposed to be enjoyable. Reading is supposed to be fun. And fun, it's just fun to figure out how many books you can read in 24 hours, right? That's not what's happening. This time, we're going to have fun with it. We're not going to put a lot of pressure on ourselves. That's what we're going to do. We're going to start a 24-hour timer, and we're going to get to reading. It's going to be so fun. I think I either want to do an hour or 2 hours tonight is my goal. But also, one of the constraints of this 24-hour timer is that I can only read the books that are in my Kindle library, the books that are in my audiobook library, and the books that I physically have in my room right now. I'm trying to take down my TBR as much as I can. Without further ado, let's get this 24-hour reading period started. Hello guys, it has been like 2 days, 3 days. I couldn't even tell you how long, but I wanted to come back and tell you that today we're going to be starting it. I really have to clean my room before we leave for another trip coming up. I have decided that I'm going to start an audiobook that I can read. Whoa, buddy. That I can read while I'm cleaning up my room. Woo woo. I've been looking through like my audiobook playlist, and some of the books I physically have, but most of the books that I physically have that are audiobooked are horror books, and I don't really want to read a horror book. Oh, okay, this is actually perfect. So this wasn't in my audiobook before, but I actually just found it. I was going to read another one of the books that I physically have, or one that was like on my really want to reads, but I just found this book, which we're going to start. It is Lunar Love by Lauren Kung Jessen. I'm probably saying that wrong, so sorry if I'm butchering it. But I'm going to start this book. It is one of the book of the month books I have, and you guys know, if you watch my videos and you've been around for a bit, I'm trying to decrease my book of the month TBR. It's 307 pages. Here it is. I'm going to tell you about it. So it's about a matchmaker, Olivia. She's taking over her grandmother's matchmaking business, but there's a new dating app that has made her
Popos. I'm so sorry I'm butchering that. Traditional Chinese zodiac approach, all about animal attraction. Her emotions are more furious / outraged when Ellie's most eligible bachelor, Ben O'Brien, is behind the act that could destroy her family's legacy. Okay. He believes that traditions are meant to be broken. The two businesses go head to head and they make a deal. They'll find a match for each other and whoever falls in love loses. But Liv's dealing with someone who's already adept at stealing business ideas, so what's stopping him from stealing her heart too? Ooh.
You guys know I love a good matchmaking. Oh, it sounds so good. I don't know why my voice went deeper. I'm so sorry. It does that whenever I'm also speaking for long periods of time. I've noticed this in my public speaking class. We're going to start the timer on my iPad. I know this is what failed me last time, but it is okay. We're going to keep track of it, and I'm going to try and bust out these because I need to finish it by like Thursday. So I have 2 days. I fear I can do it. I can do it. We're going to start the audiobook for Lunar Love. Also, my mommy made me grilled cheese, and I have some chips. She made me grilled cheese with pepperoni, and I'm so excited. Hello team, I am currently on chapter 7, page 81. This is where I've stopped at for right now, just to give you guys a fun little update. I've listened to a lot of it while I've been cleaning. I have 22 hours, 35 minutes, 27 seconds left on the clock. I feel like this is the slowest I've read, probably because it's just an audiobook. But honestly, the time, like, I literally have it up to 2x speed. I don't know, I feel like it's just going by a bit slower than normally. Like, this is normally what I would read in an hour. But currently, we have met our main male character, and she knows what he does, of course. And she's trying to scope him out. He doesn't know what she does. No. He doesn't know what she does yet, like that he doesn't know that she's the owner of Lunar Love yet, and that she's trying to scope him out and see what his app is all about. So I am very interested to see when he's going to figure that out, like if it's going to be in the middle part or towards whenever she starts getting feelings. They both start getting feelings, and she's like,
oh, by the way, I'm actually like, I do Lunar Love.
You know? So I'm very interested to see, but also one thing just happened that I feel like is going to come back and bite her in the butt later on. So I'm very interested in it so far. I really like it. My main character, Olivia, is very interesting. I like her, but she's a bit like quirky, but I like relate to that a bit, but it's kind of some things she does. I'm like, okay, girl, like get it, I guess. I don't know. I honestly don't understand how he hasn't figured out, like, that she's kind of vying for it, because she asked him like some questions and stuff, and I've been like, why? Like, why do you care so much? But honestly, he's just like such a sweetheart that I'm just like, oh, poor baddie. I think I'm gonna keep reading, but actually like read it at this point, not like listening to it. But I also feel like I just read way faster. Guys, we just finished Lunar Love. I know this isn't like the cover of it, because I took it off. If you don't take the cover of hardbacks off, then what are you doing? Did you guys hear my stomach just rumble? I really hope you didn't. Anyways, I'm gonna put the cover back on now. That was actually such a cute book. I love the aspect of the Chinese zodiac charts and like the animals aspect, but also Olivia trying to figure out how to navigate life with Lunar Love and the modern world, but also staying with her traditions, but also learning her traditions that she didn't know and trying to figure out where she belongs being half. I also enjoyed our main character Bennett being in this and him kind of relating to her with that, but also with a new company that he's trying to do and being a new tech startup and all of that stuff. And you know, some books are just really just basically romance and don't go through a lot of stuff, but this book honestly went through a lot of stuff with all of the traditions, them learning about their life and all the stuff about love that they thought that they knew but they didn't know. And then also some sadness in here because I am not gonna lie, I shed a few tears. It wasn't good at all. Also, I currently have no Wi-Fi, so that's super fun because I was gonna like rate this. Obviously can't do that with no Wi-Fi. Oh wait, it actually just came back. The freak dude. I don't know. I don't think it's a 4 stars because some things that the main character did ticked me off beyond belief. She was going about things and doing things, but then I had to remember Kyleigh, she's kind of learning along the way too, and we're with her on this learning path. You get what I'm saying? I'm thinking between a 3.5 or a 3.75. We currently have 19 hours, 49 minutes, and 43 seconds left on our 24-hour timer. Our first book is done, and I have no idea what to do for the second book. What I'm thinking of doing, because I legitimately just watched Sarah Crowley's video of Scout Fable's book helper find books for her and pick out her next reads, that I think that's exactly what I'm gonna do. And if I physically have it or it's on my Kindle or audiobook, then I'll read it. If not, I'll just pick a new one stuff. But I think that's like a great idea. So we're gonna go to my want to read list, click pick for me, and there's a little Scout picking for me. Also, I've noticed that all of these books are on my want to read, so it's really funny. Sorry. I know that didn't sound happy. It's one of my Augury books, and I'm scared to go into fantasy, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so first off, we learn that she is like orphaned. She goes to be with her uncle, and then her uncle dies. She has nobody now. So then she is called to the grown-up performance for this dude, and then the dude says, hey, I'll take you in for 1 year, and then you'll be free. And then they get like, I'm so sorry. And then they get attacked. And then he takes her to his estate, but he's not who she thought he was. I don't know. So much is happening in this book right now that I don't even know where it's gonna start. I feel like it's gonna be super duper interesting book, so I will be writing this down. But I don't think I'm gonna read it right now. But like, that is, holy crap, that was a lot. Let's see Scout's next pick. I can't read that actually. It is on my physical TBR, but I can't read it because I haven't read the first book. I know it was at a thrift store, and I said, yes, let me get it because I'm gonna get the first book. But the first book, I need it in the old cover because I have this book in the old cover. Hopefully this one's a winner. Please be a winner. Please be a winner. Ah, The Paradise Problem by Christina Lauren. Oh, okay, so this is basically like a second chance romance kind of deal where they signed the divorce papers, they graduated, whatever, a few years later, but then a clause in the male character's will that he needs to get from grandmother, grandfather, grandperson is to be happily married for 5 years. He uses his ex-wife to show that, I guess. I don't really know. Hey, twinnies! So, I'm updating you as I was going on my little trip that I was talking about earlier. I started The Witching Elm by St. Crawford in the middle of listening to The Paradise Problem because I needed a little bit of a breather between
romance books, you know?
I bet y'all that fly's gonna come back for me now that I have a light on my face. Oh! I told you. Mamas, we just finished the Paradise Problem Baker. I never stopped the timer. We finally finished the Paradise Problem by Christine Lauren. This is our second book down. I think I told you guys what this book is about. Pretty positive we talked about it together. Now our next book. I kind of want to start a book tonight. Okay, because I'm not going to bed with my hair. Not sorry. I was going to just start a book tonight, maybe at like 20% into it or whatever, and then go to bed. Because by that time my hair should be fine. I don't know if I told you guys this. I did in fact start a book when I was driving in the car. Started a book. It was The Witching Elm by C.N. Crawford. If you've been around a long time, maybe you've seen most of my reading stuff. I love C.N. Crawford's books. She is probably my most read author. I have read so many of her books that I have like gone to her backlist now, and one of those series was The Witching Elm. But I started one because I just finished our first book, and that was also in the middle of a book during that time that I was trying to finish too, so I could read this book. But then it was like so many romance books, so I was like, hold on, I need a breather. So I got 10% into this, and then I went back to the Paradise Problem. But yeah, I don't know if I'm in the mood for that right now, or if I should start something else. And I don't know what else to start. Let's actually upload. Let's go to Goodreads and Fable. If you don't follow any of that, they're linked down below. But I think I'm gonna give this book a 3.75. I enjoyed this book, and it was really cute. I loved the aspect of, you know how in billionaire romances, like they're all flaunty with their money and whatever, they don't really talk about like all the money that they do have and that they are wealthy and rich. Like they talk about it, but it's kind of glossed over. Everybody loves billionaire romance. Why? Because it's so unrealistic. Let's be so real here. It is so unrealistic. Okay, so reading them, it's fun. This book, the dude, I don't think he's a billionaire. He has some money. He's wealthy. His family is wealthy. Our female main character, she's not wealthy at all. She has $20 to her name. She has food insecurity because she doesn't know when she's going to get her next meal. And I loved that it wasn't just like, oh yeah, he's like really, really rich or whatever. No, it literally talked about the fact that she was not wealthy at all and he was, and how his family was so insanely rich with the stuff that they were doing for the wedding and other stuff that happened, that it was like disgusting and gross how rich they were, and they weren't like kind of helping anybody or doing anything. And Anna's over here faking it, but also seeing how rich they actually are, and like it showed you and told you the differences. And oh, she doesn't know when she's gonna get her next meal, but they eat all of this food and they're so stuffed. And the fact that she was eating it, there was one instance where he literally talked about it. He's like, she's so like beautiful and stuff, but in this light, I haven't seen before, but I think it was something like in her back that like I could tell a little bit. I could tell that she was having some food insecurity and not fully nourishing her body because she didn't know when she was going to get her next meal. And he was like, I that's never going to happen again for her. Like, I vow to always protect her and help her and provide for her and whatever. And I was like, oh, that's so cute. But like, I love the fact that they actually like talked about that. So just being like, oh yeah, he's rich. Blah, 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 blah. He did all this stuff for me. He got me all this stuff. I really enjoyed that aspect. But some of the stuff like annoyed me. And the fact that they like communicated, but they didn't really communicate. It wasn't a huge miscommunication at all. It's just like kind of like an elephant in the room. They're like, guys, maybe we need to talk about this. Maybe, possibly. Christina or Warren, they're always gonna do it for me. I'm sorry. Pick for me. Let's see what the little birdie picks. I'm low-key scared. My eyes twitched to call me by your name. Oh my gosh. This is gonna wreck me. So let me tell you guys something. I first got it on Kindle. I started reading it. I went to like 41%. And I said, no, Kyleigh, you need to physically have this book because this book is just so beautifully written. I don't know why. At that time, it was so beautifully written and it was giving Song of Achilles vibes. If you don't know. Follow my Goodreads, you would know Song of Achilles. My best friend, my baddie. I'm gonna cry again. I don't want to talk about it. So I fear this book is gonna absolutely wreck me. So, let's see what's next. Let's see what other picks I could have gotten. You know what'd be fun is for me to put all of my physical books in a TBR jar and pick. And oh, well, that changed. So probably not now. Not at this moment. I feel like I need to read some of his other books before I dive into that. The Dagger and the Flame, another fantasy book. Okay, Scout, my baddie. Maybe give me like a contemporary romance. It's not gonna rip my heart apart. Oh, okay. I guess it's gonna be Call Me By Your Name. So let me actually get it on Kindle right now. I need a minute. I finally finished Call Me By Your Name. If you could see some of the underlining stuff I've done ever since the Song of Achilles, I have been wanting to underline in physical books that I have. But holy crap, they're writing this book. It was like poetic and there's so many similes and metaphors. I was on the phone with Devin last night telling her some of like the quotes and stuff and she's like, wow. Also, I want to say that this is like, if you've ever watched the movie, a lot of things are different low-key, which I never thought of. Like the ending in here and the ending in that one, I was like, whoa, there's so much. But in this book, it's not telling you in like kind of like timeline effect. In the beginning, it's telling you like whenever he looks back on it, like his memories back from there. It's not like, oh, this day we did this. No, it's like, oh, I can still remember whenever he would go do this, we did this and this and this and this and this, and then that one fateful day, blah 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 blah.
If you don't want to hear any quotes from this book or think that seeing quotes is kind of a spoiler, then skip to this point right here. Thank you.
The context for it. It was the unwelcome misgivings with which it finally dawned on me, both then and during our casual conversation by the train tracks, that I had all along, without seeming to, without even admitting it, had already been trying and failing to win him over. This is like coming home after years away among Trojans and less Trojans, like coming home to a place where everyone is like you, where people know, they just know. Coming home is when everything falls into place and you suddenly realize that for 17 years all you'd been doing was fiddling with the wrong combination. This summer I learned to love fishing, because he did, to love jogging, because he did. I would have been satisfied and asked for nothing else than if he'd bent down and picked up the dignity I would so effortlessly have thrown at his feet. Oh, this is the one that I literally, like, there's so much on here. I was convinced that no one in the world wanted him as physically as I did, nor was anyone willing to go to the distance I was prepared to travel for him. No one had studied every bone in his body, ankles, knees, wrists, fingers, and toes. Then this one was the one that I was like, I was the first to spot him when he came into the gardens from the beach, or when the flimsy silhouette of his bicycle blurred in the afternoon mist would appear out of the alley of pines leading to our house. I was the first to recognize his steps when he arrived late at the movie theater one night and stood there looking for the rest of us, not uttering a sound until I turned around knowing he'd be overjoyed I spotted him. I recognized him by the inflection of his footfalls up the stairway to our balcony or on the landing outside my bedroom door. I knew when he stopped outside my French windows, as if debating whether to knock and then thinking twice, and continued walking. I knew it was he riding a bicycle by the way the bike skidded ever so mischievously on the deep gravel path and still kept going when it was obvious there couldn't be any traction left, only to come to a sudden, bold, determined stop, with something of a declarative voila in the way he jumped off. I was trying to keep him within my field of vision. Oh, this one like literally was so beautiful. Don't let him be someone else when he's away. Don't let him be someone I've never seen before. Don't let him have a life other than the life I know he has with us, with me. Don't let me lose him. Gosh. Is it better to speak or to die? In 30, 40 years, I'll come back here and think back on a conversation I knew I'd never forget, much as I might want to someday. I come here with my wife, my children, show them the sights, point to the bay, the local cafe, the dancing, the Grand Hotel. Then I stand here and ask for the statue and the straw-back chairs and shaky wooden tables to remind me of someone called Oliver. I needed him as far away as possible if I was to feel better and forget, but I needed him close by in case this thing took a turn for the worse and there was no one to turn to. I was crying because no stranger had ever been so kind or gone so far from me, even Aunt Cheese, I don't know how to say it, who had cut open my foot once and sucked and spat out the scorpion's venom. I was crying because I'd never known so much gratitude and there was no other way to show it. He could turn out to be a total creep. He could change me or ruin me forever. With time and gossip might ultimately disembowel everything we shared and trim the whole thing down till nothing but fish bones remain. I might miss a stay, or I might do far better, but I'd always known that on those afternoons in my bedroom, I had held my moment. In the middle of the afternoon, I became aware that I was enjoying sleep, and not just seeking refuge in it. Sleep within sleep, like dreams within dreams. Could anything be better? You're too smart to not know how rare, how special what you two had was. Oliver was Oliver. Parce que c'est lui, parce que c'est moi. Quoting Montaigne's all-encompassing explanation for his friendship with Antoine de la Boite. Emily Bronte's words, he's more myself than I am. Oliver may be very intelligent. He was more than intelligent. What you two had everything and nothing to do with intelligence. He was good, and you were both lucky to have found each other, because you two are good. This was so cute. If there is pain, nurse it. And if there's a flame, don't stuff it out. Don't be brutal with it. Withdrawal can be a terrible thing when it keeps us awake at night. And watching others forget us sooner than we want to forget is no better. We worry about so much of ourselves to be cured of things faster than we should that we go bankrupt by the age of 30 and have less to offer each time we start with someone new. But to feel nothing so as not to feel anything. What a waste. I began to wonder what turn my life would have taken had someone else shown up instead. I wouldn't have gone to Rome, but I might have gone elsewhere. Wouldn't have known the first thing about San Clement, but I might have discovered something else which I missed out on and might never know about. Wouldn't have changed, would never be who I am today, would I become someone else. Oh, this was Oh. Over the years, I lodged him in the permanent past. My plump perfect lover put him on ice, stuffed him with memories and mothballs like a hunted ornament, confabulating with the ghost of all my evenings. I dust him off from time to time and then put him back on the mantelpiece. He no longer belonged to Earth or to life. All I was lucky to discover at this point wasn't just how distant were the paths we'd taken. It was a measure of loss that was going to strike me. A loss I didn't mind thinking about in abstract terms, but which would hurt when it's stared at in the face. The way nostalgia hurts long after we stop thinking of things we've lost and may never cared for. We had found the stars, you and I, and this is given once only. Oh my gosh, this was what actually did me under. I stopped for a second. If you remember everything I wanted to say, and if you really like me, then before you leave tomorrow or when you're just ready to shut the door of the taxi and I've already said goodbye to everyone else and there's not a thing left to say in this life, then, just this once, turn to me, even in jest, or as an afterthought, which would have meant everything to me when we were together. And as you did back then, look me in the face, hold my gaze, and call me by your name. It also showed how much younger Elliot was to all of this and how kind of immature he was to everything that was happening, and he wasn't really understanding all of this, nor had he ever experienced anything like this, which is why it's such a catalyst in his life and it's everything for him in that moment. And that he's just like, Oliver, Oliver, Oliver. I think that in my brain this is gonna be there. This is the song of Achilles. But honestly, okay, even though it's not gonna, it's not a bad rating. I think I'm gonna rate it a 3.5. Even though it's not a bad rating at all, I'm still gonna be forever with it and forever in the story too. Actually, maybe a 3.75. I just don't think it's not a book kind of to me. It's kind of I feel how an autobiography would be to me. Because it's about these two people, even though fake and whatever, it's about their lives. And it just feels so autobiography, he's telling you about his life with Oliver and all of this. And I just feel bad rating it, to be honest. It has such beautiful writing, it's just such a beautiful story, but it's just so human. Doesn't feel like fake characters that are why did you do this? You should communicate. Well, they're human. And it's their first time experiencing life together and life in general. And oh, this is such a beautiful book. But it just took me so long to read too, which I'm just ooh. Maybe at the end of this I'll figure out what the frick I'm gonna rate it. Hey gal pals, I have decided on no rating for that book because I don't think there is an accurate rate for it, because I want to give it a 3.5, but I was no, that doesn't do it justice to the lyricism and the way the words are written. Don't mind that. But then I'm oh, should I give it a 4 stars? But then I'm but did I love it enough to give it a 4 stars? You know, we currently have 10 hours and 21 minutes and 19 seconds left on the timer. What I'm thinking, so we can just fly through it, is to choose a thriller mystery book. Now, what I'm thinking about doing is going a Freida McFadden book, because I tried reading The Housemaid, still in my thing, and I got to about 30% into it. The characters pissed me off, bro. Pissing me off. I was so annoyed I had to stop reading. So I'm thinking of going Ward D. That seems like a very fun one, instead of the Inmate, because I'm kind of scared. So I'm thinking I'm gonna do that one. Plus I have the audiobook for it, and I'm currently doing some graphics for my Instagram story for a video that I'm doing later on. I wanted to listen to this while I'm doing this. Plus it's on Kindle Unlimited, so the freak, why not? I feel most of this is just me doing audio, and I don't like that because it doesn't also give an accurate representation of me actually reading that, because I read way faster than I listen. So I think I'm just being too hard on myself with this and having too high of expectations. Let's start reading this. Oh, okay, so I just read the first chapter. That's interesting. Okay. Okay, I'm so excited to be back in the world of a mystery thriller. If that would just stop. I think now we're gonna start the audiobook, because I realized I in fact did not after I said I was gonna do the audiobook of it, I did in fact not do that. That's what we're gonna do right now.
Twins. It's currently 2 in the morning. Yes, it is. I feel sick to my stomach. I'm so petrified right now. So petrified. I have 7 hours and 53 minutes left on the clock. I am 86% of this book. I'm flying. I'm telling you, flying. It's a quick little book, though. This is what I fear I needed to get me in the vibes. A little thriller, you know? It's not good at 2 in the morning. And when I got in the shower, I got jump scared by a big spider. I didn't kill it though, because that thing is fast. Mama, I trapped that thing in the bathroom. I got scared. I was scared. I'm just a girl. What do you expect from me? My parents wouldn't help me. Frick. They wouldn't even help me with my ant infestation in my room when I was freaking out having a panic attack on the floor. I was literally rocking back and forth talking to myself. Please don't. I'm not doing this. I'm not going to Ward D, bro. Don't do that to me. Thank you. So I keep looking down on the ground, make sure it's not. Sorry, I thought something touched my foot. I thought something touched my foot. My bad. Anyways, crap just hit the fan. Like, the thing that we just found out. We found out. Mommy, I'm scared. Mommy, I'm scared. So I want to give you guys a little update. And read and like my reactions. I'm petrified, dude. I think I'm gonna throw up. She said I have to hold on to the wall to keep from passing out. Twin. Me too, twin. Me too. Me too, twin. Oh, goodness. But, what? Huh. Okay, period. I finished it. That's crazy. That's crazy. I can't even. I have to pee, guys. I have to pee, but I guess you can't pee me. Why can't I pee? Because the spider is vacated in the bathroom. You can take the bathroom. There's 2, but not right now. I mean, I should probably go to bed, but like, who the frick gonna go to bed when I just read that? Mommy, see me. I don't know how to rate that.
bad, to be honest. Like, I was in it to win it. It was so quick, so fast-paced. So much was happening between the timeline and that. And I don't know, the plot twist, I feel like I could have guessed it a little bit, but not the amount that it was. As the, I guess, more evidence came about, I started understanding it. And the ending, the epilogue, was cute, but also like, what the flip? What the flip? What the flip, dude? But I don't know. I feel like I was kind of expecting more from a Freedom of Fire book, but I think that might have been the overall consensus with this book and some of Frida's older books. We have 7:35, 7:33 left on the clock. I need to read like a cozy book because I can't deal, brothers. I can't deal. So I think maybe I'll start like a little cutesy funny book. So I feel like it's giving Done and Dusted because it's the brother's friend. Anyways, I'm gonna be reading it till further notice. Probably see in the morning because it's already 30-minute long clip. The freak.
Hey twins! Anyways, I want to give you a 24-hour update. I have 3 hours left on the timer, 3 minutes. I don't know if I updated you and told you that I was starting Holding the Reins by Paisley Hope, but I finished it last night and I liked it. It was a good book. It's very interesting, and I'm gonna continue the series because two people I've been waiting for their book. But also, I don't know why, but I was getting vibes from this. Maybe it's just because they're both cowboy romances, but they're not really cowboy romances. I don't know. It's just the vibes of like the bar and stuff. That's what it was giving to me. Even though he didn't own it, it just gave me the vibes of it. Which I'm not saying she copied or anything, but I think I'm gonna give it like a 3.75 because I did enjoy it. But there was one thing. It was at like the 35% mark where I got annoyed because if something happened and something the characters decided to do, and I was like, why does this always happen? I don't understand why this always happened. It's kind of like a trope, and I don't really necessarily like that trope. I'm still gonna read it, but it's not something that I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, I love that trope. And it's just so, why is it every single book has it? I don't know, maybe it's just the books I'm picking up. I don't know. I really did enjoy it, and it went really, really quickly. So that was a good thing because you guys know I've been struggling. Maybe it's just the first few books I started off with I was struggling with. But I think I'm going to go with the 3.75 on it because I did enjoy it, but it doesn't have the 4-star feeling to me. Some of this stuff just kind of annoyed me, how the characters acted a bit and thought, and I was like... But then also one aspect of our main character Nash kind of felt a little bit rushed, like his character, how his character was and dealt with things. I felt like was a little bit rushed. Personality, I guess, wise of him and what he's going through. And the female character talked about it, but not really. She didn't really understand it. Kind of she understood that he was going through it. Sometimes she's like, oh, I have to remind myself that he's going through this. And sometimes I'm like, but when it counts, you're not thinking that. But there was just some things the characters did that irked me, which is why it's a 3.75. But I did enjoy it. But now it's time to figure out the next book, which I have no idea what to do. I have 3 hours and 3 minutes on timer, so that leaves one book left. But I don't know if I'm going to finish that book, to be honest. Depends on how long the book is and how much I get through. I don't know what to read though. I know I said I was going to finish The Witching Elm that I kind of started in here and I got 10% in, but I just don't feel like it. I'm sorry. So what I'm kind of thinking of doing is going back to a physical book. Plus, we can do one for my June TBR to get that out of the way. So I don't have much on my June TBR. It'll be 5 seconds by the time I figure this out in this video, but I'm going to go ponder and figure out what I want to read and what I want to do. Hello vlog. It is time for a very, very serious topic and matter to be discussed. What are we reading next? And what are we finishing this video off with? I feel like we should go on a little adventure and see what we can do and read. Let's go. Oh my. I don't want to speak about it. I'm not talking about it, okay? Hi, we're at my desk now. This is my June TBR. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. Here are some of the books. We have Dial A for Aunties. We have Happy Place, which I need to read before Funny Story. every summer after, I kind of want to read when I'm going outside, going to the beach, tanning, that type of vibe. A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Should we start a Good Girl's Guide to Murder? Like, actually, it's like 400 pages though. But The Book Thief, absolutely not. Divine Rivals, I really don't want to read a fantasy book right now. We can read Dally Frontes or A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I think I want to read A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Sorry, I think I want to read that because I feel like that's going to be so quickly. It's going to be quick for me to read since it's fast-paced and she's trying to solve a murder or missing case, or she's trying to solve a case, that's all I know. Plus I have all of the other books and I can finally watch the TV show. Let's read like the first few. Hey guys, don't mind my hair, but I noticed something. So, you know how I have physical Good Girl's Guide to Murder, and then I have it on my Kindle. Well, I noticed something different because I was trying to get to the place that I was on my Kindle, and before it, I just got to chapter 4, and I was going through one of the interviews where she calls the interview some names. Well, it's different in the Kindle and in the book. Like, it's just one word. I don't know, like, if there's gonna be more differences in the Kindle and then this, because I trust this one more, obviously, since it's a published book. But then this is the Kindle version. I don't know. I'm, like, confused why there's different versions. Like, I don't understand. Maybe this is, like, indie version. I just thought I'd update and take you guys up. Hey team, I wanted to give you guys an update from the last time I've talked to you. We now have an hour and 56 minutes left on the timer, and I made it to part 2. I am 103 pages in. I'm hoping to finish it, but I'm also hoping to get to like page 200 and something by the time I'm finished today, because I do want to finish it today. I need to, because I'm going to the beach, and yes, I'll probably finish it then, but not this challenge. Anyways, I wanted to update you because the last thing I said was like, oh yeah, some words were different. I got in my big brain of mine that something about the Connecticut Police Department. I said Connecticut. What is Connecticut doing in here? Because I remember people saying it's based in London, and that's where they also like did the TV show. Connecticut Police Department, that just doesn't make any sense. They said somebody was going to Yale, and I was like, Yale? You dropped out of Yale? So then I went back to the one that I have on my Kindle. It wasn't Connecticut Police Department. It's like Kill Point, Killview, something like that. And he wasn't gonna go to Yale, and it was Oxford. And I was like, oh, it's because my Kindle version's the London version and I have the American version. Funny that. Yeah, originally published in paperback by Egmont UK, Ltd. London. Subsequently published in hardcover in the United States by Delacorte Press. It's so interesting that there's 2 different versions of this book, the American and then the British version, which I don't understand. If anybody knows why it was changed, please tell me. Please comment that down below or something. I feel like it's so that like American people would want to grab it more because it's based in America, but then also people read books from London all the time, or Scotland, Brazil, anything. That's so funny to me. But then I'm like, is like the 2nd and 3rd book based in London? Did she write 2 different copies? Because that one says originally published in like London and then United States. Which is why I'm like, the other 2 I have don't say that at all. Y'all, I have to pee so bad. Don't mind my face, I'm oiling it right now because I got a bit sunburned. I have to pee so bad, but I am so close to freaking finishing this book right now. I have 2 minutes left on the 24-hour timer. I can't believe we're almost finished. I can't believe this. I am so happy. I'm gonna try and get these 2 minutes done and then go finally pee. Yay! Let's go. Oh. That's crazy. Oh my gosh. I ended on chapter 34, page 288. Whoa, buddy. I have this much left. I have 98 pages left. For this challenge, this 24-hour challenge, I have read Lunar Love, The Paradise Problem, Call Me By Your Name, Ward D, A Go-Go's Guide to Murder, and then The Witching Elm. I think that's all of the books that I've done. Now The Witching Elm, Go-Go's Guide to Murder, I didn't fully finish. I have like 98 pages left of this, and then The Witching Elm, I got to page 33 of 327, chapter 7. So 10% in. That's actually crazy, guys. We did it! Wow, I can't believe I'm actually done with this freaking challenge. Woo! Okay, I'll probably give you my thoughts tomorrow to recap all the readings too. I'm gonna go tinkle now. Yay! Hello, vlog. So, I wanted to give you guys a outro slash wrap up the video, give you my thoughts on every single book we read, what my rating was, all the books that we did read. So the first book that we started off with in this video was Lunar Love by Lauren Congeson. I don't think that's how you say her name. I gave it a 3.65 stars. It's by our main character, Olivia. She is now taking over her family's Lunar Love business, which is a compatibility matchmaking based off of the animal signs, the Chinese zodiac signs. And basically she's trying to compete with all the other technology people that are doing. Well, there's a new matchmaking business coming in. It's like basically her biggest competitor. It's using her stuff, but it's with technology is how they're also using it. She decides to get a key up, and because they don't know that she's the new owner of it, is to go on dates with him and figure out what it's about. It was I love the premise of it, but some of the things that happen, not my favorite, but I did enjoy it. Next, we have The Paradise Problem by Christina Lauren. And I gave this a 3.75 stars. I really did enjoy it. I do love Christina Lauren's books. This one is about Anna. She has this person in the beginning, it's prologue of her getting a divorce and her husband moving out. And you're like, what the crap happened? Well, later on you find out what really happened. Well, guess what? He comes back, he knocks on her door. It's like, hey, I know we're already married and I need some help. I need to bring a date to my sister's wedding. So why do you have to bring a date? So you don't wait. He goes, well, I said that I had married for the past 5 years. So she has to go on the date, fake being his wife and fake also being like a doctor. All the stuff he's told them about her, he's basically fake all of it. So they're basically in paradise in her sister's wedding, which is so completely the opposite of her because they're super rich and she's not. And she's actually trying to search for a job. He's like, I'm gonna pay you for all of this. But I did love how they touched on the topic of being rich, but in this one being insanely over the top rich, and how Anna was like, this is not normal. This should not be normal. Like, this is actually crazy what's happening and stuff, because she's like really poor and like buying a house as a vacation thing, but then also getting upset about the little tiny things when people are worrying about like paying for stuff. It was very, very interesting. Next book I read was Call Me By Your Name by Andre Asimov. I don't know how to say it. I feel like I'm butchering all these names. We have Elio and Oliver. Elio, he has a house in, I can't remember, because I think they went, yeah, Cliffs I mentioned on the Italian Riviera. And his father does every single summer where they have a student come and stay with them, study with them, look at their teachings, all of that stuff. Well, this one, Oliver is who comes up. Well, they start to talk, get close to each other. It's basically a summer of him finding out some stuff about him, going through life, learning about life. And if you watched the movie, the book is way different. Telling him a story about that summer that he's never going to forget. And then some things that happened. Like, he's looking back on the summer, and then it goes towards the end. It was like, went 10 years, 20 years, all of this stuff. And I was like, whoa. Because that wasn't in the movie, and I was like, that is so tedious. I did in fact not rate it because the writing and the similes, I did some quotes, it's so beautiful. But like, based on like writing wise, amazing. Plot, yeah. How I think the characters acted, so I was like, I don't think I can really rate it. but it also felt like a bibliography in a sort of way. But I did enjoy it, and it was a really good read. It was really fast. It's a really short book too. So the next one was Ward D by Frida McFadden, which this is my first Frida McFadden book that I've actually finished. And I think it was just the perfect timing to read this book that I needed to like kind of kickstart and finish this video and keep going. I gave it a 3.75 stars. It was not the best thriller that I've ever read, but it was also very, very short. But it was also like hooking and thrilling to the point where I did not put it down, and I was like, I need to finish this tonight. It was about this, I think it's a psychology student. She's on an orientation, and to complete like the orientation, she was scheduled to work in Ward D. The thing about Ward D is that it's for the most patients that are like kind of hazardous. I think they're all locked into that room. To exit the room, you have to enter a passcode, which changes often. And you can tell that this is a little bit scary for somebody to work there. She's doing the overnight shift too, that you have to literally, you're locked in there. You're locked in there. Yeah. Amy Brenner is her name. It's an inpatient mental health unit. And there's secrets about her that you find out why she truly didn't want to go in there and why she was so afraid. And then as she keeps going, she keeps thinking that stuff is going to happen to her and the night's not going to end well and all of this stuff. And you uncover all of her secrets and stuff, but also as she's there, patients start disappearing. And then the next one, these are the two I didn't finish. Pause. So apparently throughout this video, I, in real time and also in the video, forgot that I read Holding the Reins in this video. I literally, as I was editing it, before I even said it, after I read Ward D, I went to my parents and I said, guys, my timer was at 7 hours and then went to 3 hours. I don't know what I read. I don't know what happened in between and I can't figure it out. And then I finally like kind of alluded to it, and then I finally said it later on. I was like, oh, okay. Didn't even know I read that book and I was including that in this video, because looking back at it, I was like, why would I include that book in this video? It wasn't on my physical TBR. I got brainwashed apparently, and I forgot I read it, and I didn't include it at all in the next few stuff. So now we're here to talk about it. It's about Nash and Cece/Cecilia. Nash is best friends with Cece's brothers, Cole and Wade, but also Nash has kind of been adopted into their family too. It's a brother's best friend book, which is why it was giving Done and Dusted vibes to me. No way, dude. Because of that reason. And then also, there was like a bar scene, which, you know, happened in Done and Dusted. Nash isn't fully like a cowboy or anything. He just helps out on the ranch. He retired from the Dallas Stars, and he's came home, and now he owns a business there, and apparently he's a notorious bachelor. Cece comes back from a broken engagement, and she's trying to find a new job, get her life back started up again. And he offers her a job. So now they're in close proximity, and he has feelings for her. She has feelings for him, but he's like, oh, I can't act on them because Cole and Wade would literally like kill me, and I'm like her brother, so we can't do anything. Plus, now we're co-workers. I gave it a 3.75 because I enjoyed it. You guys know I love a good cowboy romance and a brother's best friend. Ooh. But one thing that is starting to annoy me with brothers' best friends is how they're always like, oh my gosh, we can't tell my brother's gonna kill you, and they like fight or something. That didn't happen here, but I'm like, why are you fighting? Be so for real with me right now. Why are you guys getting in a fist fight because of it? It's not truly that deep. Just like my voice went deep. Anyways, but that was Holding the Reins, so yay. Now, I started The Witching Elm by C.N. Crawford. I got 10% into it, page 33. Next one was A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. And I got up to page 288. Pip, for her capstone project, she's a senior in high school and she has to have a capstone project. What she wants to do is find out what happened in a case that happened in her hometown where it shook everybody's life. It happened, I think, 4 or 5 years ago. And it was about this girl, Indy Bell. She was a very, very popular girl. Well, she went missing. Nobody ever found her, but they all blamed the boyfriend. And then later on, the boyfriend killed himself. But Pip was like, no, I feel like it's not right. I just feel like it's unsolved. I want to figure out this case and basically solve it, unlike the police did. That's what she had for her capstone project, but she said media literacy in solving cases. She knows that. So she's basically unopening the case to solve it and figure it out. And she uncovers a lot of secrets, a lot of dark secrets, and about Sal, and about if he's innocent or if he's not. And also somebody is targeting her and does not want her to find out what happened. And it's like it's literally a thriller mystery, but like also a regular book. I don't know, I really love it. Like, it's really good. Like, you're going between like her normal life and some stuff that's happening, but also you're seeing how this case is literally taking over her whole entire life. But some of the stuff that's happened is truly crazy, and I'm like, wow. No, yeah, that's so good. Those were all of the books that we have read, +2, in this video. And I hope you guys enjoyed me trying to film this. It took so freaking long. I love watching these, so hopefully this is a good video. I love watching 24-hour readathons. This was just a really, really hard one for me to do, and I think I talked about that a lot. But if you guys want me to do it again a different way, because there's different variations you can do the timer method again, or you can split 12 hours one day, 12 hours the next day, or just go straight through. I would say it was kind of a fun challenge, but also the fact that I've done this 2 times, and the reason for that is because I deleted the clock. That's my villain origin story right there. That is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and hopefully it's not too long, but if it is, bear with me. I promise you, I make it fun, I think. Anyways, that's all, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.